Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Well, so far so good, but I just got up.
Uh, should we use the famous line that everyone uses in the morning? It's too early for rock stars.
Yeah, it's too early for me, anyways.
Ah, it's not early. It's 9 o'clock. I woke up at 5, like every morning. 5. That's why the
That's too
coffee's
much.
strong. I, did you make you some coffee? Were you able to get one
No, I don't
made?
drink coffee, but I'm all set.
Oh, your root beer. Okay, gotcha. So normally we go into weird and I'm gonna call it terrible news this morning because, like, I mean, everything I read was just not even cool. Um, but so Tampa's drinking water. I wanted to touch base on this. They're calling it pure or toilet to tap. That was the headlines of it. Like, and I'm like, what? And it says, what is going on with Tampa's drinking water? The mayor calls it pure. The Tampa City Council calls it toilet to tap. It's a plan to mix highly treated wastewater with the city's drinking water by 2032. Environmentalists and the neighborhood activists strongly disagree.
I would think so.
You better get some
You
bottled
know,
water.
when I lived up in Maine, I was on the budget advisory board in the town I lived in, and we took a tour of the treatment center.
Right.
And when they treat everything, when it comes out at the end, it actually is crystal clear water, and they claim you can drink it. But I would not live in a town where I actually knew that was going on.
Well, I'd stay out of Tampa.
Yeah,
And then the next one was that the Florida whatever, approved utility cost, which means that now homeowners are going to have to pay more money for electricity. The
thank
electricity
goodness. I was
bills are.
worried about all that money I might have left over at the end of every month.
It's not like we don't pay enough for the electric bill as it is, right? I
Hmm.
mean, might as well go back to the candles days. I think that would be cheaper. I think it would.
Well, yeah,
Campfires and candles. Just saying. It could work. I'd be for it. Like torches throughout the house. That'd be awesome.
that'd be kind of cool. Be like mood, set a certain mood.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm into like the outdoorsy kind of stuff anyway. You know what I mean? I got deers on my walls and well, I got my papa's bass up there, my great grandpa's bass. So that one's been passed down, and then I got my uncle's bucks and his doe. So I'm pretty redneck when it comes to decor, I guess. So I mean, torches, why not? That'd be great. I'd love it. Kind of speaks dungeon though. So you think like dungeon like?
Yeah, it does have a dungeon feel to it, doesn't it?
um So we had a really good time out at Leo's on the 11th. We got to meet some really cool bands out there. Um, the Crowview Aurora 5, Irate, Spankin' Sadie, Power Surge, and Black Satin. They all performed, and I've never seen Black Satin perform, and she's amazing. Like her voice is amazing. So if you get a chance, go and check her out. It's kind of like a bluesy feel. And they're all amazing artists in that band. Her husband is the lead guitarist, I believe. And anyway, really good group of people. So you should go and see them and say hi. You'd
If I
like
get a
it.
chance, I'll check them out.
You'd like it. You'd like it. On the
Now, are they a
17th,
heavy? Do they play heavier music?
do
That
they play
the
what?
band is their music like? Do they play heavier type stuff?
No, she was more like the woman's side of it. Like, and she played some more up to date music too. I would like to, I'd say hip hop if I, had a genre-ize it. But
Yeah,
um, her voice is just amazing, and they
yeah,
all are just amazing. And the drummer too. The drummer was amazing, all on point with everything. And yeah, just a really good group of people. Crowview was amazing too. They came on first, and they were more like the rocky, punky type, so they were pretty awesome. Um, he's got a nice little growl, you know. Yeah. I like that kind of stuff. I mean, I like all kinds of music, country. But then we have the 17th coming up, the Single Dad's Christmas, and
hmm
you're going to be playing out at that. You've got the third set on that one, yes? Yes.
yes. 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Yes. To 9:45. You
Yeah,
should
we're
be.
looking forward to that. And my former drummer, Declan Galesian, lives over on the Gulf Coast. He's making the trip over to play that set with me. Um,
Heck yeah.
Gary PK wasn't able to do it, so Declan's going to come over. And Declan is a badass drummer. He's definitely worth seeing.
Heck yeah. I can't wait, dude. Can't wait. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of people out there. We got Love Pit coming on after you. That's with Luke, and I got to meet them. They actually came out to the Toys for Tots thing at Leo's, and got came out to support that. So that was pretty cool. Um, I think that's amazing, when you start putting things together like this, and then all the artists come together and you get to meet several different people. Always, I'll stick to my guns and say that's the best way to communicate is just by the word of mouth, going to events and saying hi and meeting the new artist. And, everybody has a different, path and different connections, and, you know, sharing the
Yeah,
stage is
that.
nice.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You when you meet one person, then they go off in a circle that you're not in.
Yeah.
But now, through that person, you have a connection to that circle.
Yeah.
So it really is the best way to not necessarily network, but just kind of expand your horizon.
Well, I think it's the best way to build your foundation, period. When
Yeah.
you meet like minded people that, have the same love and interest as you, and they're willing and open to meeting new people, and, just sharing the floor and giving advice, that normally, um, it just builds strong connections with people. And, if they're willing to share stage, they don't have negative intent. So those are the type of people I like to build stuff with. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
and there's a lot of really good and really very cool people in the music industry,
yeah,
whether it's on a big scale or whether it's right down local to your hometown. You meet a lot of really cool people.
my labradoodle's going a little. He's trying to chase the cat around the house, but he's not very quiet about it because he's just huge. So it's like plopping around. Come here, lay down. Yeah, so he's not a tiny dog. Um, when I got him off Facebook, actually, a girlfriend of mine had posted a picture of him, and she took it like with the camera down. And so, like, he looked like this little, runty of a dog. And when he got here, he looked like a daggum like reindeer. He's so big. Like, I kid you not, he's just huge. And he just tries to be a part of everything at all times. So, but he doesn't realize he's not a lap dog. you know.
Well, dog, they don't see in size. I had a little dog, and he didn't realize he was a little dog. He thought he was, Cujo, or thought he was a big Doberman or something. He's just a little rat terrier, weighed 14 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
There he is. Say hi. Okay, yeah. Ma.
Hey,
And
you
now
got
the
the
cat
whole
wants
family
to join.
going now, don't
Now
you?
they're all coming up. It's great. Okay, babe. Get down. Get down. Come on. Down. Down. Yep. Ugh. Okay. Sorry. he's a he's a lab and a full-size poodle mix. So he's just a big ball of fuzziness.
Yeah, like a standard poodle?
Yeah, like the tall
Yeah,
poodles.
standard poodles are
Yeah.
not small.
No, 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 no. He's not. No, he's lab and standard size poodle mix. So they
Yeah,
call him
no
a
wonder he's big.
labradoodle. Um, so he is full grown. Well, he's a year old. So he just turned a year in April. So yeah, but he's pretty much big paws. His head's bigger than mine. He's great though. He's very protective, a very good family dog. So we're lucky to have him. But we
Nice.
named him Sven after oh, you can't hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Rick, not Rick. Oh, Gary said, Rick, your audio is very low. I can't hear you very well.
Oh, now he wants to listen to me.
Yes. So, I don't even know what we were talking about. Oh, the Labradoodle. Yeah. Anyway, we named him Sven, like off of Frozen, like the big, because when he got here, he looked like a dang reindeer. Like he was just so huge. So we named him Sven because he's not very graceful.
That's funny.
Gary PK laughed at you. He said, LOL. He's just tired, Gary. He has to speak up.
Gary. Well, and I was talking about Deckard. The other guy that I've been using is PK, and PK also is a pretty badass drummer and a great singer. And
Yes.
we're glad to have Deckard on Saturday. We're going to miss Gary, but we're playing Thursday and Friday with Gary. So, but Gary's great. We've been in a couple of bands together now.
I didn't actually know he played the drums until I went to his birthday party.
Oh, he is a fantastic
And then
drummer.
I seen him at his birthday party. I was like, what? Because I've always seen him doing sound. So I was very shocked when I seen him. I'm like, oh, he's playing drums on his heck yeah. That's why. Anyway.
Yeah, if I catch him getting hired as a DJ, though, I'm going to have to let him go. Every time you hire a DJ instead of a band, a little girl's puppy dies.
That's terrible. She's kidding. He's kidding, Sven. He's kidding. Nobody's puppy's gonna die. Sven's just looking up like, what? Who's dying? So what other gigs do you guys have coming up besides the 17th with us?
We're playing the 15th at Leo's Thursday night.
Okay.
And Friday we're doing Lake Wales Live. That's something that actually Gary has going on. And I think a chunk of something is playing, and then they're gonna play first, and then we're gonna play. And then I don't know the date, but we play at Apple Lounge. Hold on, I can tell you. I got my trusty little phone calendar right here.
Gary PK is pocket groove all night.
Oh, yes, he is.
Christina said,
We'll be back at Leo's again on the 29th. Apple Lounge on January 6th.
Miss Tina said it's nice.
We're actually going to squeeze into the Wine Stable on January on January 27th down in Bartow. And that's a great room. It holds all of about 35 people, but we're going to squeeze into the corner and have us a rock and roll party down there with whoever can squeeze in through the door.
Miss Tina said, "Wow, nice to see Rick wearing a full shirt."
Don't
Yahoo!
get used to it, hon.
Good morning, Miss Cassie. How are you doing? What the wine stable? I've never heard of that in Bartow.
Yeah, it's a little small place down in Bartow, and ordinarily they do solos and duos. I play there a lot with Roy Powers. Roy plays piano, and I actually play electric guitar, just the two of us.
Right.
And then I've played there a lot as an acoustic solo act. But I talked them into having the band in there, and they got something going on that date too. And I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was some sort of a Jeep jamboree thing or something, and they're all going to congregate thereafter. So it should be a good night. But that's a pretty cool place to play. I like it anyways, even when it's not a any kind of a special event going on. But the 27th should be a cool gig.
Yeah, I'll have to come out there and check you out.
That would be cool. And check the
Apparently,
place out, and
yeah. Well, I mean, I've never been out there. I didn't even know that there was a little place like that out there in Bartow. But I'll be out there. I'll go out there to see you. Heck yeah, that'd be cool.
nice.
Anyway, we have some interviews coming up. We need to get you on the interview list. I'm telling you, it would be a lot better than you think. Gary said something. The wine still always has a really good crowd. Very. I'd love to go out there and see that place. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. And like it's a small place, but the cool thing is you don't have to get 100 people in there to feel like you've got a big party going on. You get 20, 30 people in there, the place is packed, and it really gives you that feeling, like it's Madison Square Garden or something.
Apparently, the sheriff's office is next door for the neighbors. So I don't know if you heard that, but
I didn't.
it makes for the live video. You can't play that over again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, dude, but for real, we're now booking in December. So December we're booking for. We have so many upcoming things with the whole interview process within itself, and I'm super excited with it. Um, so but definitely to get you on the list, sir. Can you? It's kind of skipping now, isn't it?
A little bit, it is, yeah.
The connection's saying it's. I'm running off the Wi-Fi. I have a new connection on my phone that it's supposed to be stronger because I paid for the thingy, but we'll try. Technical error. But yeah, so that's pretty much about it. We have the rock and roll, the Silverback Rock and Roll Band coming up in December for the interview on the 26th, and we've actually switched the locations out to Leo's now, so that should be a lot of fun. You should check us out on the December 26th. It'd be nice to have you out there if you could come.
I will. And now that I've actually got something going, I'd be a lot more open to doing something like that. Um, the band's sounding pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Things are starting to come together. So I would be much less hesitant than I previously was about doing that.
Yeah, that I
And,
mean,
and just while we're talking about the band, I also want to say bass player is Eddie Cash. Eddie played with Dara for a while,
Yes, I
and
know who
he's
you.
been playing over on the Gulf Coast for a long time with some guys over there. And Eddie's great. He's a cool guy, and he plays really good. And he does his part to make the band sound good.
Heck yeah. I'm glad you got everything coming together. You've been working so hard on it, and I'm super proud of you. Uh this morning, actually, you'd be proud of me. I wrote a verse to a song this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, it actually had to do what was going on outside. So I think I'll use the live video for the next line.
Well, we keep saying we're going to get together and work on some of that stuff, and it keeps getting kicked down the road. But one of these days we will.
Yes, sir.
We'll end up with a finished product.
Yes, sir, we will. I've gotten in between and started over like 3 different times. I have that one I sent you before, and I've got like 3 other ones. So, that, you know, I'll just be in the shower washing my front locks right here that I have to wash, not these ones. Get these bad boys wet. It'd take them like 4 days to dry. But yeah, it's fun. I have a good time doing it. It's a way to release yourself writing music. I like doing it. So, and you do amazing at it too. I love most of the stuff you write. You post most 90% of the stuff you do. Um I'm sure there's some stuff that you do that you don't post, but the ones that you do post I find very, very lovely.
I post the good stuff.
That's
The other stuff never sees the light of day. Well, that's the thing. It's like sales. You got to write you know 50 songs to get two really good ones. Or at least in my opinion. But the thing is, with writing, it's like anything else. The best way to write is just pick up a pen and put stuff down. I got a page in my phone where I come up with like a single line for a lyric. And I've got nothing else to go with it, but I think the line, like the one sentence, is very cool. And I don't want to forget it. So I just write it down. One of these days, something will hit me and it'll turn into an entire song. Stevie Wonder said it took him years to write. I just called to say I love you,
yeah.
and I forget the guy's name, but the lead singer for the Knack said he had that opening riff, which was nothing. It's just an octave. That da 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 da. He said he had that in his head for years before he finally put that down to actual being music and lyrics and everything, and wrote My Sharona, and
Yeah.
had an incredibly huge number one hit with it.
This one was I live in a dark place, so I sell smiles and grace. That's was the anyway, but it goes on from there.
Nice.
So I got the whole first thing. I just, I'll start somewhere.
Well,
But
everything starts with a seed, grows from there.
that's right. That's right. Absolutely. I didn't think I'd you know, be anywhere near where I'm at now when I first started. And actually, I was looking back at the little advertisements that I was doing for, the bar I was working at the time. And looking at some of those yesterday, and I was like, whew, those were, you know, Jeffrey Styles had some faith in me, boy, because those ones right there they weren't very fancy. Um, but now I'd like to think that I've upgraded from that point. So
Well, you do everything you do that I see on Facebook's pretty awesome.
well,
And the logo, I'm going to incorporate the logo, which I will tell everybody that Christina was nice enough to come up with a new logo for my band, and I'll be using that. I don't know. I've posted it on Facebook. People might have seen it already. I don't know. Then
yeah,
again, maybe nobody looked at my stuff while I'm doing.
I look at your stuff. Everybody looks at your stuff. I think um, the Yeah, I've been quite busy. I've got the single dads for Christmas on the 17th. We've got the interview on the 26th with the silver back band again at Leo's. And then on coming up in January, we have, Power Surge with their masquerade party. And now we're looking for bands for July 4th. We're going to put a military type event together. All the details for that are not quite together, but it's I wanted to do the 4th of July. I wanted to do a vet event, and I wanted the perfect day, and I didn't want to do like Veterans Day or, something, cliche. I don't want to say cliche because that's weird. I mean, you don't really want to put those two together. Anyway, I just wanted to pick a different day other than the norm, right? So, but the 4th of July, everybody, they've kind of misled that holiday, and they just go out and shoot fireworks. You know what I'm saying? So I've decided to do it up the 4th of July at Leo's. We're looking to get some bands together, more so along the heavy rock side, and also have military artists come out, old vets from that. So also, um, what did you say, Gary? Oh, yes, yes, he is an amazing guy. I seen him down in, I believe, man, it was on the beach towards like Orlando. Where it was like Clearwater. Is no Clearwater's not out there. What, Daytona? I don't really rightfully know, but we went up to a excuse me, a little restaurant out there, and I met all the guys in the band. And I had met them again over at Tanner's. And they're just amazing set of guys. I mean, they even the saxophone player guy, he's awesome too. I think he is super, super talented. And I really can't wait. Bahama Tom's supposed to be coming out and wearing his Santa costume for the event.
It'd
Samantha
be a
Martin,
great Santa.
Samantha Martin, the lead singer of Power Surge, is going to be coming out and wearing her sexy elf costume. The lead singer of Burn Forever, Josh Pancake, will be out in his Deadpool costume with his little Santa hat. So there's a lot of artists coming out to support Clint and the boys with the Silverback Rock and Roll Band. And I just really can't wait. I'm super excited for it. It will be at Leo's. There will be a door cover. I believe it's going to be $5. That is just to help us. We've been putting so much revenue inside these interviews and not really, um, I'm a single mom of three, so you know what I'm saying. So we have to be able to revenue something for the next one, and also try to give the artist a little bit of something, to thank them for coming out and being a part of, the interview process. It's not a fancy interview. We try to make it as fancy as we can and as personal as we can. We bring the bands out and give them dinner. We have a family dinner with them, so any artist that is interested in being there for dinner, and we all sit down for dinner and eat, and it's pretty awesome. And then we do the interview, and then they get on stage and play for us, and we kind of just make it a big old party. um, there's no stage like demands of they have to be on from this long to this long, or, so we kind of ride the night through and kind of just party and make it all about the artist. And we have other artists that come out and support the artist and their interview. And I love it. It's a really good like community of people. We have Gnome Productions that comes out and records the bands and then sends them free footage so that way they can promote themselves further. We have Danielle Kimbrell that comes out. She's the wife of Will Kimbrell. He's the guitarist in the Kaizen band. And she, Danielle, is in charge of our Body, Mind, and Soul project, which this basically helps the artist be healthy within their self. People get on stage and put so much energy on being on stage that when they get off stage, it's like a drug. They want to go right back on. So like it's like, it's a way to help heal, that energy that you have inside you personally. You know what I'm saying? And the dinner is just to sit down with you and just say thank you, and be able to promote you. And I believe that everybody deserves to have the stage at one point. And so that's what the interview process is all about, is making sure that everybody gets some stage time. And we have so many companies that come out and help, and help us bring it to the artist, per se. And Leo is, I can't shout him out enough, because he's helping tremendously with giving us the venue and letting us throw our shebang thing there. And he's super excited and willing to come in and meet everybody that comes in. And it's going to be a really good time. And there's so much big things coming, and some of them I can't even mention at the moment because they're not really set in stone. But the next page of next year is going to be quite great. So I'm super excited for it. And I can't wait to bring the people that have been with me up until this point and believed in me, with me, to those certain things. There's all different types of music out there. So when you get to know every genre there is, you broaden your horizons so much. And there's, so like you said before, there's just so many good people in music. There's in the music industry, and it's a very tight emotional family that sometimes you wish you didn't have, but you're very glad that you do have. You know what I mean?
Yep.
um and that's our goal, is to be able to create that. And that came from Jeffree Styles, actually. Jeffree Styles believed in me in a time when I had absolutely nothing. And so it's all right, kitty kitty, all right, you're stuck. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Thank you. Thank you. So it's repay back time, for the people that loved and cared about me. So I'm super excited for next year. 2023 is going to be my year, and I'm excited about it.
Great. That's nice. And it's great to see that your stuff is taken off. I wish that my projects were nearly as busy as you are, but they're getting there. But it's great to see your stuff paying off for you.
Yeah. It's definitely been a hard traveled road. I mean, I started the business in what, January of last year. So this January will just be a year. And it's I've met a lot of really awesome people, though. And there are a lot of people in town that I have to thank for that. So, and you being one of them, you're an awesome dude to work with. And uh, these guys are missing out. You'll blow up, and they'll be like, I wish I would have took a chance to get to know that guy. He's awesome.
Well, I hope it happens soon. I started doing this when I was 15 years old. I got a house gig on Monday nights. My sister used to tend bar at this place, and they had a house band that played Monday through Thursday every week. And then the guitar player decided he wanted Monday nights off, so the band actually hired me at 15 years old to play every Monday night with them.
Yeah,
I just turned 56 years old. I've been at it all this time. So I don't know
right.
when the big explosion is supposed to be coming, but I'm ready for it.
I believe in you. I have faith. Yeah, you're just keep faith. That's all. Patience
Well,
is
the thing is, if nothing else ever comes of it, I'm gonna play till the day I die.
that part. I think that's
And
the
you know,
most important part.
there's nothing that feels to me quite the same as when I've got a guitar in my hand and whatever I'm doing is coming out just right. Like either if it's acoustic guitar, if I'm playing something that just sounds good, or if I'm on stage and the band is really sounding, just killing it and sounding like um, we had a really good the last couple of shows we did have been really good. And that feeling you get when you hit something on the guitar, or the band just all does what it's supposed to do right at exactly the right moment. And you can have 100 gigs that are terrible, and you go home thinking, why do I keep doing this? Why do I put myself through this? Then you have one gig where everything goes good, sounds good, the crowd is great, and they're cheering you. All of a sudden, you go home, and all you remember is the one gig. You don't remember the 100 gigs before that. You remember the one gig, and you're ready to do it again tomorrow night.
Right. And the awesome part is to be able to carry that energy, because I mean, if you look at it, I mean, you have to try 900 times, and maybe out of that 900 you might get like 3 lucky strikes. But the important part is getting back up and realizing your worth and still putting forth the effort. I mean, you're going after this for what reason? Because it means something to you, and it's something that's within inside you. So not seeing the negative of it all and just continuing that positive, because I mean, when you get 90, I mean, you're not going to look back and be like, oh man, I mean, I was too happy. You know what I mean? You look back and you be like, I should have been happier. You know what I mean? Waking up every day and just, I mean, uh, I love doing these events, and I love bringing, a smile to someone's face that either is brand new in the music and they've never had a chance to get on stage, or, be promoted, or even sit down and talk to someone about why they want to do it. And I think it's really awesome how you can bring that grace to someone and just celebrate that, and uh, there's no reason to be unhappy.
No, no, especially when you're involved in the music industry. I mean, music is unlike almost anything else. It's almost everybody on the planet enjoys some kind of music.
Yes.
I think in my entire life I've met one that said, no, I don't like music. And I'm not sure I even believed them. But, you know, and there's so many different, like you said, so many different kinds of music. And I did an interview on the radio when I was still living in Maine one time, and they were talking to me about this subject. And, one of the things I said then was, um, there's a lot of music that I don't like, but there are a lot of people that do like that music. And when I watch those people listening to that music that I don't like, but they do, it affects them the same way that the music that I like affects me, and I can see that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So just because I don't like it is, I mean, that's just my thing. But I can see the light that it puts in other people, the way my music that I like does with me. So you get all these different kinds of music that affect all these different kinds of people, all the very same way.
Yeah. Well, it touches a part of their soul, so that reflects their energy, and I mean, the whole world is based off energy, and when you vibe in the same, um it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And seeing people, and that's what, any kind of music, really, you could see someone get on stage, and the ones that are really truly passionate about music. You could see it shine through them, and it's a good feeling to watch, and it's nice to see someone express themselves that way. So it's just, you know, even if it's screaming, you know, that's cool too. I like to scream. I like in this moment. I think that band is awesome. She's hot. I don't know. Maybe it's the leather and the chains or something. I'm not really sure. Uh, Something about a woman who stands her ground is very attractive.
Well, and women in rock and roll have a whole. I mean, there's a whole thing that men just can't touch. I mean, look at all the stuff that Hart did.
Yeah,
None of that stuff could have flown being done by a man. None of it.
yeah.
You know,
I have to agree.
and you know, certain
Women in
different
rock.
areas of society have different stereotypes of men and women and all of this. But I'll tell you what, there's nothing cooler than a badass woman in a rock and roll band.
I have to agree with you. It carries a whole vibe.
Yep.
It does. Its own single vibe. I have to agree with you. Um, I do want to thank you for coming on with me. The Let me see if I can't bring it up here. So, if you guys could, that are still with us and watching, if you could do me a favor and just go to this, I believe this is his regular Facebook. Just go and say hi. If you want to get Rick out for a booking or contact him about a gig or talk to him about that kind of stuff, this is his booking number down at the bottom. So go check him out, give him a like, share, tell everybody about him. Tell your mama's mama, your sister's mom, your sister's mom. I don't really know what else. Your cousins, brothers, friends. Um, and, but we can leave that up, actually. I'll leave that one up and then take this other one off. Let's see if I can. There we go. Trying to get El Smarto with this thing right here. I'll leave that up for a little bit. But yeah, so write that down if you need it. And I just want to thank you for coming on and being a part of our morning show. Um, and we're booked all the way out until November. Oh, he just put you out there. He's single too. Yes, ladies, he is single. And so if you would like to book him for a gig, down below.
I would
Don't
like
get
to
red
thank
on
my buddy PK for embarrassing me in front of the world. Thank you.
camera. Love you, Gary PK. um,
Thanks.
we're booking all the way out until November 2000 and well, let's see. We have October 2023 and December, actually, yeah, December of 2023. Those are our next booking dates for the interviews. We'd like to get, the Rick Graham band so we can have Mr. Gary PK, you, Eddie, and whoever else you got going on with you. Bring them, get you set up for one. Make it a boys' party. It'd be a
That
party
sounds
just with
great.
you guys, you know. And I'm sure we got some friends we can invite. I'm sure Bahama Tom wouldn't mind wearing a little outfit for you.
Jesus.
That'd be pretty cute. I don't know. Might could pick December. We could do December and have him wear his little Santa costume again.
Well, we can. I'm sure we can book one of them, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've got something now. I'd be glad to do it with.
Well, let me know when you head out to that winery. I'd like to go with you, check that out. I'd like to go see you guys out there.
Yeah,
And
we'll do.
this Thursday, you're at Leo's, right?
This Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got it down in my little calendar. He said, "Hey, what are brothers for?" I love it. Well, thank you so much, Rick, for joining us with the morning show. We do have. Oh, no, we don't. Anyway, just kidding. Joe. Side note. All right, my love. Well, you have a good day, and thank you so much for coming on. We're gonna end it right at about 45. We do want to thank Holly Sears from around Winter Haven Neighbors. She is the Morning Chat's main sponsor. So if you could go and give her page a like, a share, and tell her Osment Entertainment said hello. We also do want to thank Hoxie Guitars. They are Osment Entertainment's other sponsor, along with Gnome Productions, Gina's Getaways LLC, Tired as a Mother, and TC Snorkels, BW Rigby Music, and much, much more. Thank you so much for coming on, my love, and we'll talk
My
soon.
pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Have a good day, sweetheart.
See you.
Bye, guys.